We'll explore 7 key signs that will help you understand if what you're experiencing is deep, true love, or simply emotional dependence. Stability and sense of security. True love. Imagine being in a relationship where you don't constantly worry about whether your partner might leave you. You don't feel internal anxiety. You're not always wondering where your partner is or what they're doing. True love brings stability. It gives you an inner confidence that no matter what happens, you can trust your partner. You don't feel the need to be suspicious or think they might betray you because there's a deep trust between you. Emotional dependence. Now, imagine another situation. You wake up and immediately start to worry. What if they don't text today? What if they decide they don't need me anymore? This anxious feeling is a sign of emotional dependence. Instead of feeling secure, every little thing becomes a source of worry, making it hard for you to find peace. Life example. Let's imagine Harper and Luke. Harper feels a pang of fear every time Luke doesn't reply to her messages. She starts to worry he may have found someone else or no longer wants to be with her. Her anxiety escalates into panic, making it hard to focus on her daily activities. This is a clear example of emotional dependence. Now let's look at another scenario, Anna and Owen. If Owen doesn't respond for a few hours, Anna knows he's just busy. She's content knowing he has his own activities, and she has hers. She doesn't worry, as there's stability and trust between them. If you find yourself feeling anxious when your partner isn't around, try practicing awareness. Pause and ask yourself, is there a real reason for my worry, or is this just my fear talking? Learn to identify when your anxiety steps outside the realm of real circumstances. Need for control versus respect for freedom. True love. True love allows a balance between we and me. It means you have your own interests, hobbies, friends, and personal space. You respect your partner's desire to have time for themselves as well. Most importantly, you don't feel the need to control them constantly, to monitor every step, or to know exactly where they are and who they're with. Emotional dependence. Attachment that is based on dependence often includes an obsessive need for control. You want to know where your partner is, who they're talking to, and why they didn't reply to your message right away. It's not just curiosity, it's the fear of losing control over the situation. Life example. Henry is dating Alice. Every day, Alice calls him to ask where he is, who he's with, and why he wasn't online. This begins to weigh on Henry, making him feel like he's being watched instead of being in a relationship. Although Alice believes she's acting out of love, her behavior looks more like control than genuine affection. If you notice this behavior in yourself, try using the mindful control technique. Each time you feel the urge to check on your partner, ask yourself, do I really need this information, or is this just a way to calm my fears? Gradually, you'll learn to give both yourself and your partner more freedom. The desire to be together versus fear of loneliness. True love. When we truly love someone, we want to be with them because of the joy they bring into our lives. But we don't feel that being alone is a tragedy. We choose to be with our partner because they make our lives better, not because we're afraid of being alone. Emotional dependence. In relationships with dependency, the fear of loneliness becomes the driving force. You're afraid of being on your own, and this fear makes you cling to your partner, even if the relationship brings you pain and disappointment. Example. Lily and Benjamin have been unhappy together for a long time. They constantly argue and don't support each other. Yet they continue to live together because they're both afraid of being alone. They believe that life without this relationship would be even worse. If you're feeling afraid of being alone, try focusing on self-sufficiency. Dedicate time to hobbies, friends, and personal growth. Build a life that brings you joy, even when you're alone. This can help you maintain a balanced relationship. Ability to compromise without constant sacrifice. True love. Compromises are a natural part of relationships. But with true love, you don't have to give up your values, principles, or identity. Healthy relationships allow for a balance between me and we. Emotional dependence. When a relationship is based on dependence, one partner often sacrifices their own needs, interests, or even dreams to maintain the connection. The person loses themselves, their passions, which can lead to a drop in self-esteem. Example. Kate has always dreamed of pursuing art, but her partner doesn't support her hobby, so she gives up on her dream to avoid conflicts. Gradually, she starts feeling unsatisfied and disappointed. Learn to find compromises that respect you as an individual. Ask yourself, am I preserving my true self in this relationship? If not, you may be sacrificing yourself too much. Mutual support and personal growth. True love. In true love, both partners strive to grow, develop, and help each other along the way. When you genuinely love someone, you want your partner to achieve their goals, develop their talents, even if it sometimes means time spent apart. True love is when your partner's growth feels like a source of pride and joy, not a threat. Emotional dependence. In dependency, a partner's growth may spark fear or even jealousy. Instead of supporting each other, one partner may fear that the other's progress will lead to a breakup. This may bring up thoughts like, what if they become more successful and find someone better? Or, what if their new friends pull them away from me? Life example. Let's imagine Victoria wants to start her own business and dreams of a career that allows her to work independently. But her partner, Jackson, starts feeling jealous of the time she spends on her projects. He fears that it might distance her from him and tries to restrain her plans, occasionally mocking her ambitions. Instead of celebrating her success, Jackson becomes irritated by it, a clear sign of emotional dependence. If you want to maintain support in your relationship, begin with open conversations about your goals. Share what's important to you and ask for support, while also supporting your partner's aspirations. Ask yourself, do I feel joy when my partner grows? If the answer is no, try to understand what exactly bothers you and whether it's a real threat to your relationship. Emotional stability and happiness on your own. True love. True love doesn't mean that you always have to be with your partner to feel happy. Healthy relationships don't strip you of the opportunity to enjoy your life on your own. You can spend time with friends, pursue your own hobbies, and still feel secure in your relationship. This means you have inner self-sufficiency and don't rely on your partner as your sole source of happiness. Emotional dependence. Dependency, on the other hand, means you feel vulnerable and unhappy when your partner isn't around. Each separation, even a brief one, can trigger anxiety or even depression. The person feels that their happiness is fully dependent on the partner, and they lose their inner balance when left alone. Life example. Luke and Olivia have been dating for a few months, but Olivia starts feeling anxious every time Luke goes out with friends or stays late at work. She constantly calls him, even when she knows he's busy. This makes Luke feel that his personal space is being invaded, and he starts pulling away. If you feel inclined toward emotional dependence, focus on building inner self-sufficiency. Start small by setting aside time for personal activities that bring you joy, independent of your relationship. Try hobbies like sports, art, or travel, anything that allows you to focus on yourself. This helps you find joy within yourself, not just through the relationship. Trust as the foundation of relationships. True love. In healthy relationships, there is deep trust. You don't constantly doubt your partner. You don't feel the need to check up on them or conduct interrogations. When you love and respect each other, trust forms the foundation that supports you even through challenging times. You know your partner won't betray you, and this knowledge gives you inner peace. Emotional dependence. In relationships based on dependence, a lack of trust leads to jealousy and intrusive thoughts. One partner may feel vulnerable and suspect the other without any real reason. These relationships are marked by control, doubt, and constant checking, which gradually breaks the emotional connection. Life example. Grace and Michael start dating, but Grace soon notices that Michael is becoming jealous. He begins checking her phone, monitoring her friends on social media, and asking questions that imply he suspects infidelity. Grace feels she's being watched, and her trust in Michael starts to fade. Such control doesn't allow relationships to develop. If you feel jealousy or doubt, try focusing on discussing these feelings with your partner calmly. Share your concerns openly, without accusing them. If you face control from your partner, try explaining that trust is the foundation for a harmonious relationship, and that control only harms your connection. True love is when you feel secure, supported, and stable in a relationship. It's when you can rejoice for each other and grow together, not fear being alone or losing your partner due to their successes. Now take a moment and think. Which of these signs have you noticed in your relationships? Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.